Hi everyone and welcome back to Dear Creatives. Today we're going to be doing a review of High School Musical, the series, season 2. We're going to talk about all the characters and our favourite moments, our favourite songs, etc. now that the season is over.
Yay.
So we're going to start with like the less important characters because we have nothing to say about them pretty much. Let's start with Antoine. My only thought about him was that I really did think that he was going to be revealed to be faking the French accent.
Yes, same.
And yeah, that he wasn't actually a French exchange student.
Yeah, the accent.
But other than that, he had no purpose. No offense.
Why did they? They really tried to make him a threat to Big Red and Ashlyn when he's really not. She shows no interest in him, and I don't know why Big Red felt threatened at all. That made no sense.
He showed like 2 seconds of interest in Ashlyn.
Yeah.
And Ashlyn turned him down like so fast.
Yeah.
And that was such a pointless plot. Like, what was the reason for that? They got over it in the next episode.
Literally.
There was no point for that jealousy plot. Anyway, yeah, Antoine was pretty pointless to be in there, to be honest. But I guess at least we got to hear his singing voice because he's a Broadway singer, right?
Yes, he is.
He's a good singer.
He's
so
one
like
of the 2 Evan Hansons.
3 actually.
Who's the third?
Jordan Fisher.
Oh, of
Jordan
course,
Fisher.
Yeah.
We're just collecting them. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Lily is next on my list.
I don't like her at all.
Neither do I. I've just got on my like bullet points. She's crazy. Stay away from Ricky.
Yeah, she has
That's
crazy
pretty much
eyes.
It. Yeah, she's terrifying.
Yeah.
When you remember she chugged like black coffee, like hot black coffee.
That was quite funny. One thing I do like about her is she's just irredeemably like unapologetically evil, and I like that in a villain. I don't want her to be redeemed at any point. I just want them to go even further. Just make her literally evil to the point of ridiculousness. And I think that
I've put on mine on my list a cartoon villain, but she's fun to watch.
Yes, exactly.
She is a cartoon villain. She's not a real person, but she's very entertaining.
Yeah, she is.
And I don't want them to turn her into a real person. Just keep her as a cartoon villain because it's really funny. Should we move on to Howie then?
Howie.
Yeah. He was alright.
Yeah, I like Roman Banks a lot.
Yeah.
He has a beautiful voice.
He does. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. I think he's a good addition.
I liked him. I think he needed more screen time though.
Yeah.
In 2B. He had a lot of screen time in 2A, but then he was kind of dropped for like half a season.
I've written in my notes, I think he should join East High because they're low on bases.
Yeah. Yeah, he should.
They really are. Once the EJ leaves, they have none.
They literally have not a single one.
That is true.
Yeah, we need Howie to join East High. That would be cool.
I think that would be good.
Yeah, his rendition of If I Can't Love Her was amazing. Yeah. Magic to my ears, honestly. I listened to it so many times, and that was a great scene as well. But I hope he's back next season because I do like him. I like him and Kourtney. They're okay.
A lot of potential.
Yeah. Okay. Who should we go on to next?
Did you write anything for Natalie?
I didn't, but I love her.
I love her so much. I think she should be one of the main characters.
Yeah, she should. I think
she should be part of
quips.
the main squad. Like when I watched the very first episode in like season 1, I was like, I love her. She's one of my favorites. And then she did show up till like the finale, and she did kind of the same thing in this season as well. I think
she makes it so much funnier just by being there.
She is so funny.
Like her little quips throughout opening night, like when she said, "Please stay in the same roles you started in." I was like, "Ooh."
They need someone who's like, all these theatre kids are crazy. They need someone with that attitude in the group, I think. Yeah, I'd like to see more of like the behind the scenes and the tech crew and stuff.
Yeah, I want to see the tech crew.
I think that would be cool.
Some tech crew representation I think is needed.
They weren't even invited to the after party.
No, they probably had their own after party. The tech crew was like, screw the cast, we're gonna go have our own party.
Just had their own after party.
The cast of divas were not hanging out with them.
Talk trash about them.
Oh, for sure, yeah. They were like, they're such divas.
Their drama is so annoying.
It's just so stressful for us to have to listen to them. I go on and on about their stupid dramas. Yeah. Do you remember last show when like one of them saw their mum in the audience and then decided not to be Troy for the rest of the show? That was so stressful. We had to refit the costume and everything. Should we do Mr. Mazzara next?
Yes.
Yeah, I like him. I love him. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He's my sarcastic engineer representation.
Yeah.
And he's great. Yeah. I think he has the best comedic timing along with EJ. I think those two. Yeah, he's
very funny.
Yeah, those two are like
they make funniest. A good duo as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I loved their like mentor-mentee relationship. I thought it was really sweet.
It's really nice.
Like he helped EJ out, and then EJ helped him out at the end with the Caltech thing. And Mr. Mazzara, if you pick Miss Jenn over Caltech, I can be so disappointed in you. No offense to Miss Jenn.
She's not worth it.
Exactly. I'm sorry, Mr. Mazzara. Yeah. She's really not worth it.
Miss Jenn. I don't like her.
Neither do I.
I liked her for a bit. I didn't like her through like all of season 1. I liked her a bit at the beginning of season 2. Like her scene with Nini in the car was quite nice.
Yeah, for sure.
But
yeah, I said that she was alright at the start, but she got progressively worse.
She shouldn't be allowed to work with children.
Oh, no, she shouldn't at all. She was okay, like, at the start of season 2, then she just got progressively worse and worse. And she really hit rock bottom when she told Ricky to jump off something high. I was like, Miss Jenn.
Oh, no.
No, don't do that. Oh, my God. Yeah, that was a mess.
Think about it. Ricky's literally going to be unpacking her damage for years.
Literally. She's giving him so much trauma. I was
thinking about that the other day. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, really stressful. I feel bad for Ricky, to be honest. But yeah, she didn't even apologize to him. She was just like, I told you to jump off something high. And that was it. I was waiting for her, I'm sorry for saying that. And she didn't say I'm sorry. And I was like, girl, I need you to say explicitly, I'm sorry I said that.
I don't know why all these men are interested.
I was just going to say that I'm sick of her love drama. Yeah. I'm sick of it. I don't care anymore. I'm glad that her like Zach plotline got dropped so fast because I didn't care about him at all and I didn't care about them.
I was glad I didn't have to see his dumb face at all in the
second half. Literally. I was like, oh my God, he's gone.
I hated him.
And also, there was no fallout from like her obsession with the Menkies. Like, she was just like, great, we're dropping it. And I was like, excuse me, what do you mean we're just dropping? I'm okay with you dropping it, but like, Miss Jenn was so out of character when she was just like, yay.
Healthily obsessed.
Yeah, she should have...
Yeah.
She shouldn't have just accepted it. Like, there should have been some kind of fallout for her where she realised, like, the kids are right. This has been an obsession for me. And then she apologises to them for putting so much pressure on them for something that, like, only she wanted and they didn't. Seb next.
Yes.
On my list.
I have him next too. Well, I'm doing it in reverse.
So am I, yeah. He deserves better.
He does. They're quite mean to him.
They're very mean to him.
He's just not the smartest, and that's okay. Just stop being mean to him.
They treat him like he's really dumb, though, and he's not that stupid. I did like his storyline of thinking that Carlos is only with him because he's the only other out gay kid in school. Yeah, because I saw a lot of people say that that's like quite a relatable experience for them. So I'm glad that, you know, people had that representation of their issues in the show. But I think it could have been built up to a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like the jealousy plot kind of came out of nowhere, where he was like jealous of Carlos taking photos with guys on holiday.
The whole Seven Carlos plot was weird. Like they had like a few bits of conflict. Like in episode 1 they had some conflict, but then that was just not there.
Yeah, exactly. They just like dropped it every other episode and then they like found a new conflict to build up, and it could have just been like something over time. I just feel like they could have done more with Seb and Carlos, but it's Disney, so
there we are.
What we were expecting, to be honest. Yeah, very low expectations for Disney.
I do think
yikes.
Yeah, Seb was probably also one of the funniest characters.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
like
definitely.
Where he was talking about like friendship and stuff. That was really fun.
I love him.
Power of friendship. So also, I have said this to you, but I think he should get the lead next season.
He should.
He deserves it. Like, he's such a good singer.
Yeah, he's amazing, and he did so much better than Ricky in the audition. Yeah. I was like, "This is." What do you mean he got Chip? Excuse me,
Chip. He didn't even get like have a Cogsworth. Role, you cast an extra as Cogsworth.
It was so odd. Just cast Seb.
Yeah.
As Cogsworth, then he can actually sing. Like maybe that.
Yeah. Although it was maybe, cute, like him and Kourtney as like mother and son.
That was sweet. I was just I forgot about that, but they had a really, really cute friendship, and then that got dropped as well. But yeah, I think Carlos and Seb really got done dirty in this season. Like they got so little screen time in comparison to the other leads. Yeah, Carlos next. Actually, speaking of Carlos, yeah. To be honest, I thought he was like kind of messy at the start of the season. I was kind of like, dude, why are you being so dramatic? But he got better over the season, so I do like him. I obviously like him a lot now, but he had his moments where he was kind of really, like, he was really messing with things, like when he recorded the Rose song.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was, he should have asked. Like, there wasn't much. What's the word I'm looking for? Nothing happened from that. Yeah, there wasn't a fallout from that.
There was no fallout. There's so many things. It's a running theme. Yeah, there was no fallout for like half of the things set up.
Every episode would end with like a cliffhanger, and then the next episode the cliffhanger's already resolved.
Yeah, it's like, just okay, great.
I've been waiting.
I'll just accept that. Okay. So much happens off screen in this season. It's insane.
Yeah. I said in my notes, it's nice to see him with friends, because like at the beginning of season 1, he didn't really have any. Like he hung out with Miss Jenn, and I think that's really nice to see.
I agree. Yeah, it was really great to have him sort of like show that he's made so much progress since then, and he's got people who like really care about him and get him, as he said. Yeah. Everyone should have people who just get you. I think they could have done more with his character though.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially he expressed his like fears of being on stage for the first time, and then they did nothing with that, like,
even on opening night it was just like, oh, he's nervous, and then once he was on stage it was fine. Like there wasn't even a small moment of being like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was really weird, because he said that at the start of the season, like when he was talking to Gina, he was like, I'm really scared about going on stage, and I thought like that would be a point of his character. That should have been his arc,
like, really.
That should have been his arc, exactly. Yeah. But instead, did he have an arc? Like, what happened? I've got Kourtney next.
I don't, but we can do Kourtney.
Okay. My first bullet point is just love her. Because I do love her. She's too. Great.
She's so talented. Like, she's making these costumes. She's the general manager at a pizza shop at 16. I don't know how. But good for her.
Literally.
How does she do that? They work.
I've got to make myself a vision board then. Ooh.
Just manifest it, you know?
Yeah. I've literally got a note saying she's a strong woman and a great role model.
She is. But not in,
I love her.
Not in a stereotypical way as well.
Yeah, it's not like forced in your face or anything. Her performance as Miss Potts was amazing.
It was stunning. I kept rewatching just that bit of it. Because her energy, it was so good.
Literally can't take my eyes off her when she gets onto the stage. I was like,
Howie was me. His reaction was
same.
me.
I saw his reaction. I was like,
same.
You and me both, Howie. Yeah, no, I feel like once she met Howie though, I feel like her storyline kind of dropped off a little bit though.
Yeah.
Like I liked them.
Yeah.
I liked their plot, but I feel like, they set her up to be, this is the year of Kourtney, right?
Yeah.
Like she said that.
Yeah.
And she's gonna work hard and she's gonna do all these things, and then we saw her do one of those things. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess two of those things, because she auditioned for the musical and she became the manager. But then everything else sort of didn't happen after she met Howie, and it just kind of, I guess it bothered me a little bit, because I was like, haven't we got enough relationship
there was so much. Ooh. There was too much.
But saying that, I liked how straightforward she was with Howie.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's a really good, I guess, a good message to send people. Like, know your worth, you know, and she clearly knows her worth, and she didn't want to beat around the bush. And I think that was a really great scene. I didn't like the Harry Potter references though. That made me really
that was so cringe. I forgot about that. Why would you remind me?
I'm so sorry. I just remembered myself and I was like, oh no. Anyway, next character. I've got Ashlyn. I don't know who you've got.
I have her.
Should we do Ashlyn next?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have also written love her and a little heart.
Yeah, I've put she's a queen.
Yes.
Well, she's a princess.
I thought we didn't see enough of her though. Like, considering she had the lead role, she didn't really have an arc.
I agree.
And
I said I said they wish they'd done more with her body image storyline.
Yeah, that lasted an episode.
And then they just dropped it.
I feel like they kind of danced around it a little bit as well.
They did. Just say it. Oh my god, it's really not that hard.
They really did.
Are we censoring this too now?
Yeah, that could have been a really important, very powerful storyline if it was done properly.
Exactly. It was a shame that they dropped it so quickly. I also wanted to see more of her friendship with Gina. Yeah,
they were really cute.
Yeah, I really liked their friendship.
Like in the very first episode, they were like, oh.
Yeah.
But considering they lived together,
they didn't really interact much.
Yeah.
I wanted to see a sleepover between the two of them. You know? Yeah. I think that would have been sweet.
Cute. Yeah. Also, I wanted to see her in the yellow dress. I know a lot of people have said that, but
I agree.
We deserved that.
We did deserve that, and we were robbed. It was very rude. I also said I wanted to see more Caswell cousins.
Yeah.
I like her relationship with EJ. I think it's really sweet, and I again don't think we saw. I think a lot of it happened off screen again, like a lot of things in this season. Like in the final episode where she said she spoke to EJ before he slipped out. I wanted to see that. Yeah, I wanted to see the conversation.
I wanted to see. That'd have been very angsty, but very good.
Yeah, I think they would have acted it so well. And it's a shame we didn't get to see it in favor of the bloopers. Could we not put that as an extra feature, maybe?
Literally. Also, I wanted her to interact with Ricky more.
Yeah, they were so funny.
Yeah, they had like a couple moments together, and that was it. Considering they were scene partners, I just think it would have been funny to see them pretend to be in love. Yeah, definitely. And they were just like such a good comedic duo in the couple of scenes they had together. So it was upsetting that they didn't get to have more than that. Like, from Ricky's perspective, that's like his best friend's girlfriend who he has to pretend to be in love with. There's an opportunity there for comedy, but there we go. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you cut out then, so I didn't hear like half what you said, but I think I understood what you meant. Right. Yeah, it would have been funny, like him having to act to be in love with his best friend's girlfriend. It's just, that would have been hilarious. Yeah. Speaking of Big Red though. Yeah. Tap dancing king. Yeah. Yes. He's a great friend. He is. His support for Ricky after the breakup was made me cry. Actually, I was like crying. Honestly, I'd stopped crying by that point. I cried at the breakup, even though I don't even want them together. But anyway, yeah. And then I'd stopped crying by that point. But then when Ricky walked into the basement crying, and then Big Red gave him a hug, the tears started again. I was like, this isn't fair. Why would you do this to me? And in his audition, when he tripped and Ricky helped him. Yeah, that was so sweet. He's a better friend to Ricky than Ricky is to him, though. Ooh, that is true. Ricky calls Lily, who like made fun of Big Red, and like I wouldn't forgive someone for that. Yeah, like I wouldn't forgive you for that. Sorry, if you're gonna like make fun of my best friend, I'm not forgiving you for that. Better call him out for that. Yeah, literally. He'd be like, excuse me. Excuse me, like, how dare you? Also, Big Red was a great LeFou, but he was so nervous in the auditions, and then he was just great all of a sudden. And I wanted to see him building up the courage to perform. Yeah, because that's the first time he's performed. And we just see him in Gaston, and he was like, blew us all away.
Yeah, he was great, and I was like, okay, this is a bop. Like, I love this performance,
Yeah.
but when did this happen? You know, like
Yeah.
I wanted to see him
Grow.
building up his courage and stuff. Should we do Ricky and Nini next? Because I feel like I have less to say about them than Gina and EJ.
Yeah, sure.
I think Nini's development was incredibly inconsistent.
Yeah,
truly, what was going on?
They built up the whole Yak storyline, and
then it was dropped. Yeah.
Then that was dropped so quickly, and then she was the Rose, and then that was dropped.
Yep.
And what happened after that? She was just kind of that. She was doing.
She was
music.
just around. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think it was ever stated that she was in the ensemble till the show, but
yeah, literally, it wasn't at all. I did like, to be fair, that they did like cover the struggle of like expectations and dream schools and stuff, because I can attest to the fact that, you know, you get into like a dream place or whatever, it's a lot harder than you think, and it's like, oh yikes, what did I get myself into? I guess I like that, but they did drop it so fast, and it would have been nice to see her enjoy it at first, but then like slowly start to see that it wasn't right for her. I think that would have been more interesting.
I think that would.
But instead, they just like desaturated every single scene in Yak from the beginning, which was quite funny.
Yeah,
it was
true.
It was like blue, all of the scenes.
It was so obvious from the beginning that she was going to leave.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I also said that Nini was like definitely just as much to blame for the breakup as Ricky, and it wasn't like shown that she was, and that really frustrated me. Yeah, because like, yeah, okay, Ricky did a bunch of really like messed up things, like he was pretty toxic, but like Nini wasn't really great either. She wasn't trying. Yeah, she didn't try at all. We should have seen more of how she dealt with the breakup. Yeah,
she just kind of got over it.
She just accepted it, whereas Ricky was like going through it, you know, like we saw so much more of him than we did with Nini.
It feels like she wasn't really in on it when she definitely was before. Like,
she cried a lot, and then she was just over it all of a sudden.
I did like in the last couple of episodes where she was like being really supportive and stuff.
Yeah, I also had that on my notes. I liked her in the last 2 episodes. She was being really supportive, and I really liked that, especially her like talk with Gina in the last episode. That was such a good scene.
That was a great. That was very well acted and everything.
Everyone started shipping them after that, and honestly, I don't blame them. Understandable.
Also, her calling Ricky Richard is really funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
He was shook every time.
Yeah, he was like, huh?
She just said it so straight. It was funny.
It was great. No, I ended the season liking her character, so I guess that's a good thing. I also said that her arc was kind of foreshadowed in the first season, though. Like the Rini breakup was inevitable. Like I knew that was going to happen. Like even before they started acting toxic towards each other, in the first season, Nini wanted to figure out who she was, and Ricky didn't want things to change. Like he was not over his fear of change when he got into the relationship again. And Nini hadn't figured out who she was yet when she got into the relationship again. So like it was kind of inevitable that it would end at some point.
Should we move on to Ricky?
Mm-hmm. My first point is he needs therapy, poor boy.
He does.
That's just my bullet point.
He really does.
Yeah, please. Ricky X therapy is my best ship on this show, to be honest.
Me too. My first point is he needs a storyline not centered on romance.
I have that too. I said I want him to have interests and goals like everyone else, instead of his character being solely focused on his romance struggles.
And my second point is, like, who is he? He doesn't even know what he likes.
There we go.
Like, he's in the drama club. He's in the drama club, but he doesn't even seem to like that much.
Yep. See, we just have one brain cell between us, apparently.
What does he like? We do.
We didn't plan this beforehand. We wrote separate notes, and turns out we wrote the same thing, so...
That's a good... Just very in sync.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, who is he?
I don't... exactly. I struggled so hard to write anything about Ricky because I have no idea who he is. One of my other bullet points literally says, "Sir, you don't need a relationship right now. Get away from Lily."
He really doesn't.
I think it just would have been cool to have him, you know, figure out what he enjoys, what his goals are. Because at one point, didn't they say, like, the careers test told him that he had no, like, monetizable talents? And I was like, well, that's great. That's good. Good for you, Ricky. Like, aren't you going to do something about that? And it was just brushed over, like, so fast. And I was like, that's not a good thing.
Are you not seeing a problem here, sir?
We're not seeing an issue here.
Yeah,
it was odd. He really needs to work on his fear of change.
He does.
I guess he took a good step in the finale when he gave Miss Jenn and his dad his blessing, even though really he shouldn't have done that because Miss Jenn's the worst. But it was good for his character, I guess, because he was finally accepting some change in his life. So that was good. But I still want him to have therapy. That wasn't enough. I also have a bullet point that just says he's the writer's punching bag.
He is. Yeah, for sure.
It's really upsetting to watch, actually. I'm like, can we
He's just crying every episode. Like, poor
And then
guy.
he fell from a harness. And I was like, really? More things to go wrong in his life? And then everyone blamed him for falling on Ashlyn. I was like, it's not his fault he fell on Ashlyn. Like, what do you want him to do? Aim? Like...
He can't catch a break. He can't.
Literally, poor child. Saying that though, the breakup was definitely like as much his fault as Nini's, and he was acting really toxic, and we shouldn't pretend that, you know, it's excusable. It wasn't excusable behaviour, but like it's understandable, I guess, but it's not excusable.
Yeah, people need to stop stealing other people's phones in this show.
Yeah, it's really not that difficult to like not delete comments off somebody's Instagram, I don't know, or like delete voicemails. It's not that hard. I'm glad he sort of acknowledged his mistakes though, when they broke up. Should we do EJ next?
Yeah,
we'll build up to the actual main character, Gina.
Yes, of course. My first point.
Yeah, go on.
My first point is best boy.
yeah, I agree. My first point is King. I love him.
Similar vibe. Okay.
Yeah, he's the best. I love him so much. I honestly think I kind of fell in love with EJ. Like, actually fell in love with him. Shame he's fictional. He's just so great. I know.
I was not expecting to like him that much.
And neither was I. I did not
like
him
in
season one.
In
No, he really annoyed me in season 1. But then his arc was so perfect. Like, his arc and Gina's arc were not inconsistent, and they were the only ones who weren't inconsistent in this season.
They were
he went from being self-centered to being like kind and caring more about other people than himself, and it was so lovely, and I love him so much.
Yeah. I mean, I was worried a bit at the beginning of the season because it didn't seem like he was getting an arc. Like, he'd just like walk around being sad and old, and he'd say something about
sad and old.
I'm a senior now. Oh, this is the last time I'm doing this, and that would be all
I was
he'd
also
do.
worried.
But then he kind of got his own thing around the middle when he started with the AV club and stuff. Yeah,
his little mentor-mentee relationship with Miss Mazzara kind of kicked off his arc in season 2, I guess.
Yeah, you have your engineer representation. I have my media student.
Exactly. Yeah. This is why we love them. I thought he was great. He's such a good character. Everything he did, like for Gina and stuff, was so sweet, and I just love him so much. I'm sorry, but when I heard that his dad was called Cash, I was like, oh no, oh dear. I wonder what EJ stands for if his dad is called Cash.
Yeah,
it can't be good.
I feel like we need to know before the show ends. We need to know what EJ stands for.
It's Elonius Jagger. You don't understand that reference. You will eventually. Don't worry.
Oh.
You will soon. People who are watching this might understand the reference. Anyway, I also want to say that what he did for Mr. Mazzara was so sweet.
Yeah.
And when he said like it was EJ who his dad recommended him, I was like, this is the final straw. I'm in love.
You're fallen.
Yeah, I was denying it up until now, but no, this is it. I love him. That was adorable.
Oh.
And I'm also really glad that they showed how his breakup with Nini affected him.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of worried they weren't going to address that at all. But it was good to see that he was kind of like, I guess, insecure after what happened with Nini.
Yeah, that was very realistic.
Yeah, exactly. Because obviously that must have been hard. Like, yeah, he was the one who did something wrong, but at the same time, Nini was still in love with Ricky. And so, yeah, it must have been hard for him to like watch them get back together and stuff, knowing that like she probably still loved him the whole time they were together.
I've also said I wish he had like a whole song.
Yeah,
he didn't really get a song. I said
Literally.
if he was to have a song, I'd like it to be like kind of, you know, High School Musical 3.
Scream.
Senior year, Scream.
I want him to sing
kind
Scream.
of Scream style song.
I
just think that would have been great.
I think Sophia Wiley at some point in like an interview said that his like Matt Cornett's favorite song from High School Musical is Scream.
Taste.
So good. It is. Yeah, exactly.
He should have sung Scream or something like Scream.
Yeah, anyway, on to the best character.
The main that is my first point.
Yeah.
I've written best character.
Mine is Queen. I love her.
I also said I loved her even when she was mean.
So did I, yeah.
Like for the very first episode, I was like, oh, you're mean. I like you.
Yeah, very first episode, I was like, this is my child, I love her.
Yeah.
Favorite character right here.
She had a very main character arc, you know.
She did. Yeah.
Her arc was really strong. She had like, I mean, the airport episode was mostly focused on her.
It was literally about her.
Yeah.
They built an airport. That's not a real airport.
For her.
Yeah. And they got Asher Angel in as well.
Exactly.
And Jordan Fisher.
In movies now.
They got Jordan Fisher as well.
Yeah.
2 guest characters that are like probably quite expensive.
Yeah.
And a whole airport built just for her arcs.
Yeah. I love that we got so much focus on her. I think it was great.
I think that's the only reason that I'm not so like upset about the season, because I know a lot of people really didn't like it, but yeah. I think her and EJ like kind of carried the season on their backs, to be honest.
Yeah, this is going to be controversial. I preferred this season to season 1.
So did I.
I'm glad you agree.
But it was better than season 1. Yeah. Maybe we prefer character-driven stories.
I do for sure. Do you want me to get into why I didn't like season 1 as much?
Go for it, and then we'll get back to Gina.
So, I found it really annoying how they kept referencing High School Musical. It was like the whole thing was just a big reminder of how Disney made High School Musical, and they were like, hey, we made this every 5 seconds, and it annoyed me so much.
I'm glad there weren't really any love triangles in this season. I was just kind of like, okay, cool, finally. Yeah, it was, I think I prefer when they delve deep into characters, you know?
Yeah, same.
That's more entertaining, and yeah, I just find it way more interesting, so I prefer this season.
Yeah.
Controversial opinions right there, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, back to Gina.
Yes.
I'm really glad they didn't drop the Rena storyline, and we got to see the fallout for Gina's character.
Yeah, because it did affect her a lot.
It did.
And when she confronted him, that was a good
I
moment.
have a whole thing about that.
That was such a satisfying moment.
I was so proud of her. I was like, yes, tell him, tell this dumb boy.
Yeah.
This is going to be controversial as well, but I'm going to get into my controversial opinion here.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to preface this by saying I did actually ship Rena. But then when the quinceanera episode happened and they like hinted at Gina and EJ, I was really shocked. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't think they were going to go down that route, you know? And I think, to be honest, that that episode and the next episode were like the transition from Rena to Portwell. Yeah, for me that seemed like her like drawing a line and saying, this is enough, like I've had enough of this heartbreak.
And good for her.
Yeah, exactly, good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's just my analysis. Like, you feel free to disagree.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was also surprised that they were going with EJ and Gina. Like, I thought that would just be like the fake dating thing they did.
Same.
And it wouldn't go on from that.
But every episode built on it, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, when EJ sat her down for the interview and he and he asked how she was feeling.
I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. That was so cute.
It was really sweet.
That was really sweet.
I was just watching it like, wait, I like this.
Yeah, this is what's going on here.
To like this. This is not what I want. This is not what I want.
Yeah. I think she's just such a great character. Like she's so strong, and she bounces back from so much, and yeah, she's just like super. She's such a great role model. Like
exactly. Yeah.
I want to be Sophia Wiley when I grow up. Yeah, no, I think her arc was perfect. She went from being like heartbroken, keeping her walls up, to like having, like recognizing that she had friends who like loved and cared for her.
Yeah.
And then eventually like putting herself out there again, even at the risk of like being hurt.
I'm getting emotional now just thinking about
So am I.
I love her so much.
She's just so great. Okay, should we go on to songs?
Yes.
I honestly don't remember like half the songs. I just have a list of my favorites.
I've got columns. I've got the best list, and I've got 6 in that list. Actually, I've got quite a few, and then I've got the bad list, which has 3.
Okay. Go for it. I want to hear this. So, because I just have my favorites listed.
The best ones, in no particular order.
Mm-hmm.
I put Something in the Air.
Dancing.
I liked it.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That's
I liked it. It's quite. It was cute. They're like all together and they're having really fun, sweet. And it's a little bit festive. It was clearly meant to air at Christmas, but that's okay.
Yeah.
The next list in the best section is Even When, the best part. I really like that one. I think it sounds nice, and I like how it mashes up.
It is well written, I think.
Even though I didn't really
I wouldn't say it's one of my favourites.
Fair.
But
I respect your opinion.
Yeah, I think it's well written though.
Yeah.
I agree with you that it sounds really good, but like for me, I have no emotional connection to it whatsoever. Is fair.
I feel like my next one's more controversial, but I don't know.
Go on.
I put Red Means Love. It's just cheesy and fun, and I like it.
It is really cute.
I like the more musical theatre ones, more than the more pop kind of ones. Then I put A Dancer's Heart.
Dancer's Heart is on my favourites. Obviously, it's Sophia Wiley and it's Gina.
It's just a great performance.
It's
Choreography's
amazing.
Choreography's great. Honestly.
She did so well. All the dancers did so well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Such a good song.
And then the next 2 are Beauty and the Beast ones. So I put Be Our Guest and Gaston. Just because they're just great spectacles.
Yeah, I should have put Gaston on there actually and Be Our Guest. I had Something There on my favourites actually. Ooh. And If I Can't Love Her.
Yeah,
I think
those were good too.
If I Can't Love Her was really good because his voice is amazing, and I think that like the montage was really cute. Especially,
I like the montage too. Yeah.
Yeah, especially Ricky crying to Big Red because that made me cry so much.
Yeah.
And then also EJ putting the hoodie over Gina.
And then she wears it in the next episode.
That was too much for me. And then Something There was also really nice because of all the little glances. I thought that was really sweet. Yeah. And Big Red also looking at Ashlyn during that was really sweet too.
And then on my bad wait, you've still got more favourites.
I do still have more favourites. Oh no, so some of my favourites on your bad list then.
Oh, probably not.
I've got Second Chances on my favourites.
Oh no.
It's on your bad list, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think part of it is because we don't get to hear Matt sing a lot. Yeah. And I like hearing him sing.
I do get that.
And I liked having a EJ Gina duet because we hadn't got that at all, and their voices go so well together. So I like that. But saying that, Second Chances had way too much auto-tune.
It was weird.
Way too much.
It was also it wasn't just in the sound, it was in the editing.
Yeah, it was strange.
It was weird. It felt kind of weird and out of place.
I did like
for it is weird. Yeah. I didn't dislike it that much. Like as a song it's okay. I just thought it was weird.
But I like the lyrics, and I like the sort of round. Is that what it's called? Like the round nature of it. I thought that was really nice.
I like that.
I also have Let You Go.
Yeah.
I thought that was
that one was
great. I Joshua Bassett needs to sing in his lower register more often, because I think that it suits his voice a lot better. I sometimes feel like when he's singing in his higher register, it sounds like he's straining his voice. And I don't know if that's just me, but his lower register is really lovely, and that song I listen to. So yeah, I really like that one. And then I've also got Ain't Seen Nothing. I just thought it was really cool, and I like the little dance that they did, like the Zoom dance. I can't remember the rest of the song, so what are on your bad list? Or
my
whatever
bad
other
list
you have. Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 more on my bad list. I've already said about Second Chance, which I didn't even think was that bad, but it's still on the list. I have 2 which I don't think are controversial at all. Just putting them in the bad list. The first one's the Yak theme song. Oh yeah, that was terrible. It sucks, and it sounded weird on a ukulele. And the second one is Around You, the one that I didn't even know it was called that till I looked up on Spotify.
Wait, what song is that?
That's the one that what's her name, Miss Jenn sings with.
Oh, not that.
The guy.
No, ew, that was terrible.
I said it was boring.
It was boring.
And I found it weird how they implied it was going to be a salsa song.
Yeah.
And it was pop.
Yeah, it was really stupid.
And that was really weird. I was like, why does this sound like Shawn Mendes or something? That's all I have on the bad list.
Okay.
But I do have a point which I think is controversial. It's kind of just my opinion, but I think there was too many ballads. I get bored of ballads. I find them boring. I prefer fun songs.
Yeah,
where everyone sings them together. And they're like dancey. I prefer those kind of songs.
No, you're right.
There were like about 7 ballads, I think. They're just too many.
No, you're right, yeah.
I just want to say I liked how they used the songs from the Broadway version of Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, same. I'd never heard If I Can't Love Her before this.
Yeah,
so.
And Home as well. Home.
Beautiful. Oh, I forgot about Home. Yeah. Home was great. Ashlyn has an amazing voice.
She does.
That was amazing, yeah. So much emotion in her voice. Should we just quickly talk about how the Menkies were completely pointless?
Yeah, the Menkies were completely pointless.
There was no need for that plot line at all. They could have taken that out completely. North High as well. There was no need for that plot either.
Yeah, it was...
Except, I guess, to give Ricky another love interest. Is that the only reason? Because everything else, like, Howie didn't have to be North High.
No, he could have just been some guy.
Exactly. So there was no point in that at all. They could have taken out the Menkies.
Yeah. Also, we didn't even get to see North High's show.
No, I was kind of annoyed about that.
I think we should have either had an episode where we see North High's show, or I think it would have been a good running joke if throughout the episode they just made up more and more ridiculous. They referenced more and more ridiculous things that happened in North High's show.
Yeah.
So
that
they
couldn't
don't
have been
actually
possible.
show us it. They're just like, oh yeah, when you burst into flames and turned into an eagle or whatever. So just...
Yeah, that would be funny.
Something like that. Rather than just being like, oh yeah, that happened.
I think that's it, isn't it? That's all the things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was all our thoughts.
It was a lot of thoughts.
It was a lot of thoughts. It's going to be a very long episode. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed this review. Do you have any final thoughts?
Have a nice day.
or evening or morning or whatever you're watching this. Yeah, we'll be doing more Gina the Phantom's reactions. Obviously, this is just like a little break in between the Gina the Phantom's reactions. But we'll be back to that in the next video. So
just
make sure to check that out
while it's still relevant.
Yeah, we want to do something relevant. Because we're doing Gina the Phantoms and then doing a show that came out like 9 years ago. So clearly relevancy is not at the top of our minds. Okay, yeah, let's end the episode.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, etc. And we'll see you in the next video.
See you next time.
Podcast. Bye.